What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to go over something that a lot of people have been asking for. They always see in a lot of our videos, we're changing up our gear setups, we're doing this 1-3 split setup or a 2-2 split gear setup, and a lot of people that are newer to the game don't really understand why. So what we're going to do today is we're going to jump through and go over some of the most popular gear setups, not for like specific heroes, but just the setups themselves. We will touch base and mention what heroes will excel with certain types of setups, but there's mainly about 3 types of setups you want to run. So let's jump into it. Hopefully this helps you guys learn a little bit, and let's get going. So first off, to get a good basis, we need to take a look at a hero that has a full 6-star setup gear. So this is the base, what a lot of people have when they start the game and they finally get to their 6-star gear, the flame set. There are some really good bonuses you can get. So as you know, on the weapons, no matter what, you get the top 2. You get the attack crit damage. On the accessory, you get attack skill damage. On the boots, you get HP and block. And on the armor, you get HP and damage reduction. Those are static. And then, of course, as you add more pieces of the set to your actual hero, you'll get 16% HP, 21% attack at 3 pieces, and then at 4 pieces, you will get an extra 8%. So, most people that don't have any type of gear setup, they don't have any class set gear, all they have is 6-star. Well, you can still run certain types of split gear setups. But when it comes to just this, there's only one that is acceptable, and that is a 2-2 split gear setup using 5-star weapon and accessory. Now, you use this on heroes that you don't really care about what their attack value is, but you want to have them to have as much HP as possible for survivability. The reason being, now when we take a look at these items, you'll notice the attack and the bottom HP are no longer highlighted that they were before. That's because we only have 2 pieces. But what that does do, by adding the weapon and the accessory slot here that have no HP values, you'll be getting a bonus 7% HP. Now I say 7 because if you take a look, if you were to wear the full 6-star set of gear, you would be getting that 8% HP bonus. Well, instead of the 8%, we're now getting 15. A nice 7% HP bonus because, again, you don't care about attack ratings at all. It's completely useless to you. You're just there to make your hero survive. If you are having an offensive hero, you're going to want to wear a full 6-star gear setup if you don't have any class gear. Now, the next thing we need to jump into is what happens when you have class gear setup. So we'll jump over to Ada, for example, here. She has the full mage set. The mage set is, of course, going to give you HP, 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 attack, attack, and attack. Those, no matter what class has them on, the first 2 everybody will get. The only difference is the stats activation limit means if you put it on a mage, you get bonus. So for the weapon, you get attack and crit. For the accessory, attack and skill damage. The big one here on the boost is HP and 20 speed. That 20 speed plays a big role for a lot of heroes in PvP. And then the last one here, the armor, is HP and precision. Usually the armor is kind of the worst one out of the bunch in my opinion, but is what it is. This is what you're going to call the best overall well-rounded PvP setup for most heroes in the game. Overall, full gear setup is going to give you the greatest balance of attack values and HP values in the game. They're going to make you tanky. They're going to make you deal a lot of damage, but not specifically excelling in one or the other. Now, there is something you can do, and I've been playing around with it on our Adas, as well as you will probably see in a video later today. What you can do is you can take your 6-star gear and throw it on to do a 2-2 split gear setup. The reason being, yes, you do lose quite a bit of attack, but what you gain is a full 16% HP on your hero. Now, you remember before we told you when you had the 5-star and 6-star gear setup, you only gained 7%. Well, that's because the other set was giving you a bonus. Now you're always getting this, whether you have one, even if you have one piece of gear on, you're always getting that HP bonus from this gear right here. You always get it. So a lot of times for heroes like Ada, you're going to want to run a 2-2 split gear setup. You're going to want to do this for any hero in game that you want to make as tanky as possible. You want them to have as max HP as possible while not caring exactly what their attack value is. There's not too many heroes besides support heroes in game. You want to use this similar setup on heroes like Ignis right here. Come on. There we go, Ignis. 2-2 split gear setup gives her a lot of HP. I don't know why I have this one on here. Honestly, she should just have something that gives her more HP, because as a hero like Ignis, her heals are based on her maximum HP. The other thing you want to look at is heroes like Ada, where she recovers self HP based on her maximum HP. So she's going to heal for more based on her total HP. So that's what you want to do. I do that a lot of times on Rogans as well, that I just want to survive in PvP combat. I don't necessarily have the best stone. I want to maximize their HP. So this one here has what? 5.9 versus the one that's attack oriented only has 3.4. So you can see a giant difference of what split gear for HP does. Again, everybody's a little different. The boots, no matter the class, are the same, but you will notice instead of precision, the assassin gear has armor break. What does warrior have? Warrior has damage reduction, so that's actually one of the best ones out there in my opinion. But overall, you have to decide what, if you want to be going for attack, if you want to be going for HP. Those really matter when you're looking at your heroes in your list like this. So beyond that, that is essentially the tank mode version. You want to use that on your low tier heroes. Like if you have something like a Heartwatcher in PvE, even if you just have really, really low tier attack gear. So right here is a perfect example. We are 100% out of gear. We only have 5-star gear on a Heartwatcher. That's fine, but what we want to do is throw 3-star gear on to maximize that HP, because as you guys know, the gear on the weapon and accessory slot only has attack. So you can go as low as you want, all the way, way down, and you're still going to be getting a bonus HP for splitting the gear. This is going to help her survivability and make her live longer in both PvE and PvP. So that is one really great way to do it. Probably the biggest one to talk about that a lot of people don't understand, because there are some nuances on how to set it up, is going to be the 1-3 gear split setup. So normally what you're going to be doing in all PvE, if you have your offensive hero, the one that's doing all your damage, you are always going to be wanting to run them in a 1-3 split setup. Now, why is that? That is because you will get the bonus attack from either the weapon or the accessory. It just depends on which one you want to use, because again, each one has different stats, and so do the accessory slots, the regular 6-star sets. So you have to be paying attention to that. But what the bonus of doing this is, you're getting that 7% and 6% in the weapon slot, and then also getting 21% attack bonus. That is pretty big. It's not a full 21%, because if we jump over to Queen here, you take a look, well, technically you're getting 13% from that. So in reality, it's not a full 21% attack bonus. It's more of a, oh God, Bath, what did I say? 13? Hold on. Is that an 8% increase? 13% there. Let's jump back over. Yeah, this is an 8% increase in attack, which might not sound like a lot, but when you're in PvE and you're trying to optimize the best damage output, that is going to be what you want to do. Popular heroes are ones like Tix, where you want to run this in both PvE and PvP. In PvP, if you are running a upgraded, splendid, radiant, glittery Augustus Magic Ball, you are also going to want to consider building a 1-3 split setup. Why? To maximize reduce the hero damage received by 250% of the attack from the heroes. So I said that really bad. 250% of the hero's attack will be reduced from every attack incoming. Now, this doesn't help with big AoE or big one-shot damage, but it does help with the little ping damage that is so prevalent in PvP right now. Usually you run it with like a speed attack stone, because you're going for that speed as well, and that is where the 1-3 gear split gear setup comes in handy. The other thing is, sometimes even if you are running an upgraded Augustus Magic Ball, you're still going to want to use a full gear setup, because for my Queen here, she's slot 1. I want to make sure she has more HP, plus the speed also does help in PvP. So you have to decide if you really need that extra 20% speed, or if you can afford to be much more offensive. It really comes down to the hero. It comes down to your team composition, but really that's what you'll notice. And as you see here, there's a lot. Ooh, I just realized one of my trashies didn't even have an artifact. Not good. But as you see, different heroes require different things. With my Russell, I'm going for a speed build, so I'm absolutely going to want to put the boots on because he's not using a speed artifact, so I need to try to make up any difference in speed in any way possible. You'll see other heroes that just have full gear setups. That's the way it works best. You'll see ones like Belrain, where even if she is a support hero, you're going to want to run a 1-3 split setup because your whole goal is to get her attack value as high as possible, because when she dies, of course, all of her heals are based on her attack rating, not HP like other heroes. So some things to consider. You'll notice on Faithblade, we have a much different setup than what you saw on our Sword Flash. And that's mainly because he does not need the crit damage or the crit chance on weapon in my situation here. We were building him for Aspen Dungeon. Aspen Dungeon gives him 40% crit chance. We did not need it to get over to 100, so what we normally ran was this to leverage the crit damage instead, plus we'll be getting crit damage from the 6-star weapon. So there's a lot of things you have to take a look at. It's not just slap any old 1-3 split gear setup on. You need to also pay attention to make sure you're not wasting stats, because when you already have a high crit chance, you don't need extra crit chance, but what will help is the extra crit damage. So those are things to consider when you are building your heroes, when you're gearing them up. Even my Rogans, one of them has a splendid AMB. That's why I run a 1-3 split setup, while the other one, I'm running in a 2-2 split gear setup. This one as well. And then, of course, run out of assassin gear running the full setup. So hopefully that kind of gives you guys a little bit of insight on how to set up your heroes, how to gear them up, what things can kind of leverage them. Honestly, even on this one here, if I was smart, I would be doing something like this. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Let me know what you guys think. Again, gearing, this can make all the difference in the world depending on what you're pushing, where you're focusing on, but you have to decide if you want HP, attack, or a nice well-rounded build. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you do any other weird type of setups. I know we've done some random ones in the past with heroes like like Drake, because we actually wanted I think it was more dodge chance that the 5-star or the 6-star gear actually gives your hero. Hold on. Or no, we wanted more block chance on a hero. That's what we wanted. We did a weird split gear setup where we actually left like the boots as the regular one. Those are really fringe things, but let me know if you guys have ever experienced one of those, or if you just stick with the traditional split gear setups or full gear. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hopefully it helped you out. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what guides you want to see in the future, and I'll see you guys next time.